SM i fotografi sponsras av Olympus, iPhone, Epson, Sony, Lundeby Foto, C Infinity, Rapid Album Designer, N-Photo, Canson Infinity, Printstudion, Litra, Nikon och Focus Nordic. Sändningen sponsras av Studio Pi.
In the lead, I should just say that we changed for documentary. Take it out a bit, please. Yeah, okay. Documentary is the category now, and this is a longer description. That's a photograph taking of what happens naturally without the influence of the photographer. The intention is that the image should show authenticity, that is, resemble the conditions prevailing at the time of photography. It is allowed to crop, rotate, perspective adjust, brighten and darken the image locally, reduce noise, sharpen, adjust color, black and white, add grain as well as minor cleaning up, such as removing sensor dust and chromatic aberration. It is not allowed to combine multiple images into one, panorama, multi-exposure or similar, or add, delete or move image elements through, for example, cloning, patch tool, healing, brush tools, content aware, liquify or similar. The picture title was In the Lead. You score, judges. This category you can score from 76. That's 75 in practice. We're going to have a talk on this one, and sorry, 82 and 2/5, and others, you are allowed to start.
I'm glad to. I like this picture a lot. The speed, the perfect exposure time for showing us the speed, and the arm is perfectly in the movement. The diagonals of the I don't know what they call it in English, but yeah, thank you. Yes, maybe a little bit cut up in the left corner, so it's ending with the right red line there. Otherwise, the composing is perfect. I really like it. I give it 90.
Okay, I think I'm the opposite. I gave 77. Color management. Okay, in my opinion, yeah, it's a great shot of a swimmer. I'm not sure that's a competition or is it just practicing. You don't know. So what bothers me is the splash lines above. It's just, for me, the whole image is just too motion blur. And the colors, the red and the yellows, they're like burnt. So it should have been less saturated. So it would be more peaceful image also, and the cropping, the other side is like, should have cropped more or less.
Okay, for me, this guy looks like a shark is taking him. It's like going backwards, and the water is going to the wrong direction. I think it's a matter of using a different sync of shutter. Yeah.
What was your score?
I gave 77. Sorry, 77.
I gave this an 87. And the reason I gave it an 87, which is on the limit, it's kind of a horrible score to give because it's just on the cusp of high and very high. If you hadn't guessed, I quite like colour management, but you know, there is a little bit of oversaturation, so I'll talk about those things first. Things that could have been improved are, yes, it's maybe a little oversaturated, and a tiny bit of rotation just to make the rope along the top parallel with the frame. However, this is documentary, it's created in camera. In-camera artistry nowadays is very rare, and this has such a great sense of motion and the direction he's going in. I love the negative space that the swimmer's going into. You know, he's an elite, so there's no one else around him or her. So for me, this is telling a great story, and you know, the framing, the composition and the framing, two different things, obviously, right? The subject's in a powerful part of the image because it's leading the eye from left to right and from bottom to top. So the diagonals toward the bottom work, so a little bit of straightening and a bit of desaturation would have probably taken it up to the next bracket for me, but you know, I think 77 is a bit harsh, guys. No. Yeah, that's just my gut feeling.
I had given it an 81, but I can go up on that. I do enjoy the graphic nature of the image, and I think everything else has been said.
Thank you, and rescore. Everyone rescored? 84 and 4/5. So the next image is Best Friends Forever. Did you all score? There you are. 84 and 2/5. You can soon see. Yeah, 640. What number?
Okay, that's the next one. So
Maybe there was something wrong, we'll check that, but we move to the next one. And 300.
93.
390.
There was another
The size,
measurement.
yeah, size problem, so disqualified. And this image was called Pripyat, den övergivna staten. What does that mean?
Chernobyl, I think.
Pripyat, the town that Chernobyl is in.
Abandoned city.
The abandoned city. Yeah. The abandoned city. Yes. Did you all score? It got 81 and 2/5, and we are having a debate. And Julia, you start.
I think for me personally, it was the impact of the image that I am scoring on. I'd scored it an 88. As a mother, I look at that and I get quite emotional. And I think that, because I assume that's a baby's crib. And yeah, to me, it's speaking to me emotionally.
Yeah, I recognised the name and the fact that this is a crib as well. What, if anything, I scored this an 80 actually. Where it loses impact is that there's very little else to describe just the level of panic and fear and disaster that actually fell on this place. You know, for documentary, we're talking about a category where there's no input or direction from the photographer, and it's literally documenting what you see without affecting what's there. What would have added to this is, and I'm sure this happened across the town, is people just taking their belongings and their loved ones and dropping everything and leaving. So there would have been remnants of the life they left behind, whereas here it's just a little too barren, it's a little too careful. And that just diminishes the impact a little bit for me.
I gave 80, and I don't have anything much to say. Yeah.
Okay, I'm the bad guy here again. I gave 77. Okay, the name doesn't affect because everybody knows Pripyat, or should know. So that's why it's kind of like Sanchez says, it should be quite a bit more information. It could be an abandoned house anywhere, and okay, it's a baby crib, yeah, but where's baby toys or something else? It's just a bit too, like you said, say the word.
Staged.
Yeah, kind of like staged. Yeah.
You got to give them props for actually
yeah,
going
give it,
for going
gotta
to
give
Pripyat.
the props that actually going there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would love to go there too.
Yeah, I gave it 82, and I agree with Julia. It's very emotional. This baby, small bed. Everybody leave, take their loved ones. But I agree. You have to know the place, I think. Otherwise, it could be an abandoned place anywhere. Yeah. But I like also the simplicity. Everything is destroyed, but we can see and feel what has been there.
Can I say one thing more?
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you. So the thing in my head was like, okay, it could be really powerful image in a series,
Yeah.
but when we are talking about one picture at a time, so it should tell more.
There's no other context.
Yeah, there's no other context in it. So I'm sure if we would see like a panel of this, it would be really powerful, and you get that impact. But with this, like being the only one, it kind of loses the meaning. Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Thank you, and rescoring. Did you all rescore? 81 and 2/5. We have confession of a sinner. Did you all score?
Not yet.
'80 and 4/5. The metal singer. Everybody scored? '78 and 3/5. Little lady. Did you all score? 78 and 1/5. And just one comment about the math. That if you are entering into a competition and you don't want to frame this picture, for framing, it works fine. For a competition, it has to be glued. So it doesn't flip out. Not that we are having one now, we just did, but this is lunch break. What score? 78.
Can I say something?
Yes.
A couple of things really. This image would have had more impact as a black and white, I think, because color can be distracting, and your eyes go to the strongest elements, whether it's highlights or colors or shadows. The other thing is with documentary, the author needs to, whoever it is, needs to work for the image, work for the image to come to them. And this kind of feels like the author didn't really have to work that hard for it. The other thing with documentary is not only do you have to work for it, but you have to limit the impact you have on the result. And the girl in the foreground has been affected or impacted by the photographer's presence. She's looking directly at him. Whereas the others, the eyes look slightly off camera and it's more convincing. So you really have to, with documentary, you've got to anticipate the moment take the shot you think you need to take, and then maybe take a couple more. Don't go crazy. Don't, you know, spray and pray through the moment, because that's distracting as well. But you've got to wait and then wait for another moment, and sometimes it's the image just before or just after that will make the difference.
Thank you. The Secret Garden. Everybody scored 78. No title. $78 and 4/5. Hello, here I am. $81 and 1/5. Still going strong. $82. It rained neue, a clean pleasure. Pure pleasure, yeah. One more judge. Thank you. 81 4/5, which concludes this category. And we move. And we do a judge rotation while we change.
SM i fotografi sponsras av Olympus, iPhone, Epson, Sony, Lundeby Foto, C-Infinity, Rapid Album Designer, N-Photo, Canson Infinity, Printstudion, Litra, Nikon och Focus Nordic. Sändningen sponsras av Studio Pi.